dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I would just like to start off by giving a cheers to all my fellow hunters who've been playing Monster Hunter over the years. I started playing in the third installment. Monster Hunter 3, I believe, was called Ultimate, and I have been hooked to the series ever since. I was able to finally roll credits on Monster Hunter Wilds last night, and I had a blast playing the practice mode of Monster Hunter Wilds, because we all know, us veterans know, that the campaign is pretty much practice for what's really to come. High rank, and then later on they might add a master rank or a G rank. So here are just a few things that I loved and kind of disliked over playing the game for 25 hours. It's just the beginning, so take this as kind of like my impressions, because you know, us Monster Hunter fans, we're gonna log hundreds of hours hunting every little monster, beast, arachnid that we can find. First off, okay, one of the things that I love about Monster Hunter, the series in general, is the fact that this is probably one of the only series that we get a prehistoric theme constantly iterated on. And I freaking love it. Like, we never get to fight big ass dinosaurs anymore, and I think it's lame. I know you have Ark Survival or whatever, but I'm not really into survival games. I want to use a horn to bust monsters' ass. I want to use big ass weapons. I want to carve their skin and wear it as a mantle. That's what I want. So Monster Hunter Worlds is no different. The prehistoric-esque-ness of the game is seen through and throughout the entire campaign, and I absolutely love it. So, okay, off tops, I love character creator. I think the character creator is fantastic. I wanted something more symbolic to my two daughters. They're both musicians, and the hunting horn just happens to be my favorite bus-ass weapon. I've been playing the hunting horn for years. Pretty much every installment, I think, except for Worlds, I've played the hunting horn. Rise, I use the hunting horn. Hell, even stories, I use the hunting horn. I just love the hunting horn. You can make music and beat ass. The best of both worlds. The character creator was so good that I was able to change every little thing until I got my character just right for these hunts. So I went with something that I thought was like the embodiment of both my children, but older, stronger, and more fierce, right? And I was really happy with the outcome. And here's the thing. So now that I'm heading into high rank, I'm gonna use the one voucher that they give you, and I'm gonna make myself for the higher ranks. I don't want my daughters going up against tempered monsters, because that could be a nightmare. But in low rank, I said, you know what? I want them to see their father hunting with a character that represents them, and I was able to do that in the character creator. I feel like the options can be very illustrative of what you want your character to look like. And I say bravo to Capcom for considering adding locks for us dreadlocked folk, cornrows and braids. I wish they would get rid of that still ass afro. It's been in there. I mean, I guess it's a staple at this point, but I don't know. One of my daughters actually wanted the afro, but I just couldn't do it. I just something about the afro that I just can't take. So characters in general, right? This leads to a great accomplishment of the team over at Capcom. Animations. That's one thing that this team has nailed. I use the hunting horn, and one of the things that I love the most about using that big ass musical instrument is the fact that the weight, right, it is fantasy-like, because we know that thing probably weighs a ton. Maybe not a ton, but a few hundred pounds. I mean, these things look heavy, and some of them are made out of metal. They have a big ass baritone saxophone as your first weapon. I believe it's called the Hope Horn. And there's no way a character that looks like they're probably around 120, 130 pounds can swing around a big ass metal instrument. So they have to kind of like finagle it a little bit so it could look right. But that being said, when my character is swinging that horn, when that character knocks out a monster, it is felt. Not only through the vibration of my controller, but the skill that it's also animated in. The animations just look wonderful. I feel like I'm busting ass and dancing at the same time. And that is the only weapon that I can do that. And this is not to take away from all the other weapons in Monster Hunters. Those are also my hunting brothers and sisters. So whether it be the bow, and I've dabbled with a lot of the weapons, whether it be the bow, the dual blades, the charge blade, the switch axe, which was my secondary weapon, or even the guns, everything just feels impactful. And I feel like this is due to the finesse that went into each and every attack animation. And even when you're getting whopped, the animations just work super well. So the next thing that I really liked about Monster Hunter Wilds, I must admit, is something that I didn't like at first, and that was actually the environments. I felt like there was something blurry and muddy about the environments, especially in that first dune-like area. I was a bit put off by just how hazy and foggy everything was at first. But progressing further into the story, the game really opens up its areas, and a lot of those muddy areas look beautiful. Case in point, there's an area, I believe it's the second area or the third area, called the Oil Basin. This area looks like it was ripped out of the intestines of a zombie from Resident Evil. We all know this is Capcom. They're using the same engine. So things look kind of gross in the Oil Basin, and I was kind of put off with the Oil Basin until I got further into the campaign and saw Capcom transform this ugly ass oil basin into a beautiful furnace, and it really impressed me. I like when I start out playing in an area and it looks drab and ugly, and then because of the actions that I am doing, me and my fellow hunters, it transforms into a beautiful fire oasis. Another plus about the environments is actually how the monsters look like they originate from said area. Not only the big monsters, but the little endemic life as well look like they actually fit in their said environment. Nothing looks out of place, and it adds to making the world look very authentic. And I absolutely love that. I absolutely love the environment. So again, commendations for the incredible environmental design through and throughout Monster Hunter Wilds. I keep wanting to say Monster Hunter, just Monster Hunter, because to me, you know what I'm saying? It's just always dope, man. It's just always dope. Last thing that I absolutely like about Monster Hunter Wilds, of course, it's the monsters. Now, I have a little thing about the monsters in Monster Hunter Wilds. Some monsters I really like, right? Monster Hunter Worlds had the monster Nergigante. This bastard was hella annoying, but after you read his moves and after you get comfortable hunting Nergigantes for hundreds of times, you grow a fondness for him, you know what I mean? My arch nemesis of all the monsters ever is that son of a bitch named Gormagala. Gormagala is the bane of all my gaming history. I literally skipped the DLC for Sunbreak because I heard a rumor that that bastard was gonna be in it. So monsters in Monster Hunter can make or break an experience for me. Okay, so while I was having a good time editing this video, I came across the news that he has in fact made it into Wilds. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but the only thing I can do is to just try to hunt him. Each and every time I see him, I will make him pay for the trauma he has caused me. And in Worlds, they made the experience. So just like the humans, the monsters animate equally as well. And not only are they animated well, but they're designed very intelligently. This is what divides the Monster Hunter likes from Monster Hunter. These monsters, not only are they animated very beautifully, but their anatomy is very well done. Whether it be an insectoid, arachnid, a wyvern, a bear-like, a primal ape-looking thing that throws shit at you and farts in your face, no matter what, the way these things move, look and feel equally as impactful. When you get whopped by something from one of these giants, you feel it, and it's actually kind of embarrassing. Monsters are the star of the show. Now, here are just a few of them that I really liked from them monsters. Okay, now bear with me. The pronunciations has always been the bane of my existence, so I'm gonna do my best. The rooster dino, Kuromatric. Look on the video. This thing is incredibly looking because it's the cross between a rooster and a dinosaur. Not only is the colorway beautiful on this gigantic monstrosity of a dino, but the way it animates, again, the frills and the talons, the way they move while this thing is getting angry and aggravated, it just looks amazing. I've seen roosters in real life, right? They can be very aggressive. And when they come at you and that little red shit starts moving on their head, yeah, Capcom did their studying. Another monster, Doshogama, the angry bear beaver thing that is fat and furry. Now, this thing, it has to have some of my favorite animations in the whole game. When this thing is moving, you can see the fat moving around as it's trying to go after whatever it's going after. Just like bears, this thing is pulling a lot of weight, and you can see it in its animation, and I absolutely love it. Another one, this guy actually really pissed me off. I had to deal with him. Watch this. Yeah, he ran away. He ran away scared. His name is Raydu, the lightning dragon. Beautiful dragon, full of scales. I tend to like the scaly guys with the horns all over the place. I think they look badass. Even though I'm not a big fan of the look of this guy's armor set, I still like the animation of this lightning beast. Very beautiful. I love the colors, the yellows and the blues. It's just stunning. It's stunning. The whole fight that takes place, the way Capcom used lightning particles and dust flying up, it just looks fantastic. I am very impressed with what they did with Raydu. I probably said that wrong. And here's a really cool part about Monster Hunter, right? The fact that we get to wear the corpses of these monsters as a ornament to our hard work to make beautiful armor sets it's just amazing. The armor in this game, like all the other Monster Hunter games, whether it be the stylized versions like Arise or the more realistic, whatever that means, of Worlds, armor design is just top tier, at least in my opinion. I like the fantastical nature of the armor sets, and I like how they reflect the monsters that you slaughtered, you know? Okay, not to dampen the party, but there are a few things that I don't like about Monster Hunter, and they're very minuscule compared to my enjoyment of the game. So take these with a grain of salt. They might bug you more than they bugged me, but I have to mention them for the sake of being fair. Graphical issues, man. Graphical issues. So I bought a PS5 Pro just for Monster Hunter. Was it worth it? I don't know. I had a blast. I played on balance, performance, or no. I played on balance. They got so many options nowadays. I played on balance, uncapped, and I really liked what I got. My brother also got a pro. He played on the 60 frame mode, and he looks to be having a blast as well. I also still have my base PS5. I don't know. I don't like the way it looks on the base PS5. I feel like some more compromises should have been made to make it run a little bit better on that device. Let me know, you PS5 peasants. We're all PS5 peasants. Let me know if you're playing on the PS5 how your performance is, because like I said, I primarily play on the Pro. There is definitely a texture problem when it comes to Monster Hunter. Sometimes in the cutscenes, the textures just don't load properly, and it looks like textures from the PS1, PS2 era. Now, it does dampen the effectiveness of the cutscenes because it just rips you out of the immersive experience, right, of enjoying the story. And I actually really enjoyed the story. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, the cutscenes are done very well, like everything else in the game. So it just sucks to see textures loading in halfway or at 30%. I think it's pretty lame. But again, this is a small tarnish on a beautiful trophy of a game. Now, the next one is gonna cause a lot of contention. The menus are very bad in Monster Hunter. The UI is very bad. Come on, hunters, we have to admit this shit, man, because we look kind of foolish when a new person picks up Monster Hunter and they go through 3 and 4 menus just to change the look or the paint on the armor. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. I feel like when I go into my tent, just automatically restock whatever my inventory is. Don't let me go into a menu, go into items, then push triangle, then select another sub menu to get my items replenished. I think that's ridiculous, you know what I mean? At this point in 2025 and forward, we need a more streamlined menu system, one that actually makes sense. Because even me as a veteran that played most of the series, I got frustrated with the menus, man. More than any other monster, more than any monster that I've played so far. The menu is the most frustrating part about Monster Hunter. But it is not tarnishing my enjoyment of my hunts. I'm not dropping Monster Hunter because they have failed at UI design, because everything else, the gameplay, where it really matters, they really shine. They really shine. And the last one is a little bit of a personal one. Okay, so we get the goofy ass palicos, but no palamutes. I mean, yeah, the sacreds are nice and everything. They're cool or whatever, but they don't compare to the palamutes from Arise. Like, I'm a dog man. I have a 160-pound, beautiful, cuddly beast. I want that reflected in the game. I feel like all you guys had to do instead of using sacreds is just make the palamutes bigger. That's all you had to do. Dog lovers unite. You got palicos in here acting a fool. Palamutes don't never do stupid shit, but they get eliminated from Monster Hunter. That's a farce. Put the palamutes back in there. Give me a skin for my sacred to look like a dog. That's what I want. Dog, canine, wolf, beast, it doesn't matter. I want that in the game. It broke my heart to know that there will be no more palamutes in all of Wilds. I mean, imagine seeing the fur on your dog as you're riding. You know, that's your homeboy, you know? And I know they try to get all mushy with the sacred. It ain't the same. It's a reptile. Like, reptile owners, do you get cuddly with your reptiles? I don't know, maybe you do. Some snake lovers, I've seen them like wrap it around their finger, and that can't be comfortable. Like, come on, you're talking about scales versus fur. I mean, but anyway. Oh, and by the way, the palico voice is nonsense. Just put on the feline language. I don't know what was going on there. But overall, I had a blast with Monster Hunter Wilds. It wasn't a disappointment in the slightest. I am just getting started on my Monster Hunter journey in Wilds, and I hope you are too. If you played Monster Hunter Wilds, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And most of all, let me know what weapon you chose. I want to know, man. Hunting Horners, unite in the comment section. So for those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Jabulani Ori, artist extraordinaire. The work that you see being made to the side is a painting I have been working on for weeks. Unlike most artists, I tend to take my time. Patience is my greatest weapon because I see my flaws and I try to fix them over weeks and months, and I take time and I think about how my actual finished art piece will turn out. So if you would like to see the entire collection of my work, you can head over to my website, jahbu.com, and have a gander. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. I am an avid gamer. All around me I have gaming. I should probably do a tour of this room. This room is my gaming museum. Until next time, my wonderful, beautiful hunters, hunt on. Peace.